So I've been getting a lot of comments on what I should be doing and what derbies I should be going to, and I don't think a lot of you guys understand what time crunches I'm under every day. So this is just going to be a brief day in the day of Zach. So yesterday, yesterday I picked up this car, but I didn't have time to take it off the trailer. So we're going to take it off today, but I work evening shift, which means I leave here at 2 p.m. My shift starts at 3:30. I work like an hour and 20 minutes away from my house. And then I get off at midnight, which puts me home at about 1:20 in the morning. So I'm going to show you what I do on a daily basis before I go to work. Ooh. Don't hit anything while backing up this truck. Can't see jack shit because it's so frosty. Today's actually like plus 10, so that's kind of nice. So today we have to go, actually let's talk about this Cobalt. It's a piece of junk, it doesn't run. Starter busted off, it's rotted. It's not worth derbying, so what we're gonna do is we're just going to cut the catalytic off, drain the gasoline, drain the oil, transmission oil, take the tires and rims off, pull the big positive battery cable out of it, and then she'll be off to scrap. Are these aluminum as well, or are they steels? Oh, yes, that's 8 aluminum rims. Gotta love aluminum rims. And a free dime. Not a dime bag, just a dime. So let's get this thing off and then we'll start our day. Move a whole Cobalt with one hand. Don't hit the school bus. See you later. Alright, I gotta go turn off the key so I don't kill the battery. Yeah, so this thing here, we'll take the tires off. The tires on it are 16s, they look good. He's got 1 aluminum rim, so if this thing has 8 aluminum rims, that'd be pretty good. 8 aluminum rims! That's pretty good. So, these ones are junk though, look at those, look at the cracks. Alright, so now, what we have to do is we have to go buy a Ford Escape for my uncle. He's paid $2,000 for it. We gotta go pick it up and bring it to his house. So that's just another one. So let's go do that. Just need to go get my wallet, close up the driveway, and we're good to go. So now we're just driving. So we gotta go pick up the Escape. So we have a pretty busy day. Oh my God, that sun is brutal. So we have a pretty busy day, and what our plan is Ford Escape and Beaton, then to Glencairn to drop off the Escape. I know these towns probably mean nothing to you guys. And then my brother's in Florida, but his 1959 Chevy chassis was just sandblasted and epoxied. So I got to pick that up in Innisfil, and then I got to drop that off in Utopia at my dad's. And then while at my dad's, I got to trim my brother's dog's nails, and then I got to get a cushion bench for the bus, and then I got to go to, I think it's Tottenham, to pick up a Ford Explorer. And I think it's like a 2013. It might be a cop car, I'm not sure. And then I gotta come home, and then I gotta go get a Dodge Caravan, a 2005, but it's pretty rough. And then I gotta load up the Cobalt to get ready for scrap, and then I gotta go to work. So all this has to be done in 5.5, 6 hours. But if you guys don't own Chevys, you guys might, hold on, let me try to make it so there's no sun. Nope, that's gonna be way too much glare. I don't know how many kilometers I have till empty because my fuel tank is upside down, my fuel gauge is upside down. So I'm at 202K, so I will have to fuel up because I only get 300 kilometers to a tank. so I will have to put some gas inside of this thing, or diesel inside this thing. The fuel gauge does work, it's just upside down. So this is the Ford Escape my uncle just bought. It was supposed to run and drive, but when I got here, it's a no start, no crank. So we had to winch it on. Took a little longer than expected, but it ain't gonna slow me down. But let's go deliver this one now. We're just gonna shove it off at the next location. Hopefully it starts when we get there. But so first car done. Let's get going. Let's see if this thing starts up now. Maybe it just got upset with me. I don't think it's gonna start.
From brands like
Glenn, I think you bought a bad vehicle. You're not pushing hard or something? I don't know. Whatever. Start. What's that button do? Hit it 10,000 times. Oh, these are all changing colors. This goes in here. Nope. Neutral. Okay, we have a little bit of change of plans. Instead of going and getting the 57 Chevy chassis, we're a little early for that. We're going to go get the Caravan, drop the Caravan off at my house, and then go get the 59 Chevy chassis. So I bought this one the other day, and so the deal was he wanted to keep his tires, so I dropped off 5 donuts just in case. He could swap them all out. And it is pretty rusty. He says it blew the radiator hose, or the radiator. Not really sure. All I know is it's been sitting here a while. 3.3 liter. So, honestly guys, I bought one of these booster packs a while ago. And I love this thing. So if you guys don't know how I use them, because pretty much every vehicle I buy is dead, you turn it on and then you hit this button. Now apparently this damages them, but honestly they have a 1-year warranty. So I'll just go buy another one in a year and then I'll return this one. Okay, so we did that. Let's start her up and then drive her on. That's that's really low K. It's just so rotted. Oh my god, a little trash can. Okay, let's get it on the trailer. So I think this thing has some small electrical issues on it. Come on, just climb. Don't make me start the winch up. The only thing about donut tires is they really don't get that good of traction. So let's get a little bit of a run at this. There we go. Donut tire smoking. There we go. Honestly, it's not that dirty in here. I was expecting worse. I think that's part of the secret of, you know, keeping busy. You got to be able to go with the fly. Things change so quick in this. Like, I wasn't planning to pick this one up till later, but because the first one went so good, even though I had to winch it on, give me a little bit extra time. If you tell the guy noon, you can't show up at 10:30. Yeah. So I'm just gonna tie this one down. We're gonna head home, we've got 260K to this tank, so that means after we drop this off at home, we got to get some diesel, because at 350K, this Duramax runs out of gas. So being an old rusty piece of junk Caravan that barely runs, does light up the tires pretty damn good. So for every tank of fuel that we put into this thing, we check the oil and the antifreeze, because this thing is a winter beater and it's not very good. So I've done 350 kilometers. Let's check all the essentials, and then we will go pick up a 1959 Chevy chassis. Well, it doesn't look like you have any coolant, so let's put some coolant into you and then we'll check oil. You know, I see all these people driving like nice, reliable vehicles that are like worth money, and it kind of hurts my pride. But realistically, I paid $3,000 for this truck. I put $2,500 into it to get it onto the road, and if I drive it for a year, I'd be happy. Is it super safe? No. If the cops get a hold of it, are they going to pull it off the road? Probably. Does it keep my rust-free Dodge off the road for the winter? Yes. Yes, it does. I overfilled that. That's 100% fine, because I'm pretty sure there's none in there. When the truck stops having heat, you should check to see. So, this here is a 2005 Duramax, and yes, it is a pile of garbage. But you know, as long as you know it's a pile of garbage, you can't really be that upset about it. So I know it's a pile of garbage. And I know it's got fuel issues, I know it's got rust issues, I know it's got coolant leak issues, I know it's got, holy crap, it's got oil in it. So that's kind of nice. Don't have to go put oil into it, just coolant. And bet you if I squeeze that hose I can get that down a bit. There, that's about perfect. So this is empty now. We'll just go put this in the back of the truck, and we'll go put this out there, right there. Keep a rag underneath the hood. Okay, so now we've done 2 pickups, and we gotta go do our 3rd. So the next one is my brother has a 59 Chevy regular cab. I guess they didn't really come extended cab back then, but he also has a short box, 2-wheel drive, and he wants to put the whole Mustang 2 front end onto it. So what he's gonna do is he pulled his cab off. He went down to Ohio. We live in Ontario, so that's a pretty big commitment to go to Ohio. Picked up a rust-free cab. It's not rust-free, it's just much better than the one he has. And so he dropped his frame off to get sandblasted and epoxied. We're gonna go pick it up from the sandblaster. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna go do now. I told that guy around noon. Time now is 11. So by the time I get fuel and get there, it'll be about 11:45, so that's perfect. And then we still have to bring that to my dad's house, get a whole bunch of stuff done at my dad's, and then we got to go pick up a Ford Explorer. It's been a busy day so far. So let's go get that 59 Chevy chassis. Don't get confused, his 59 with my 57. I got the 57 first, he's just copying me. One thing I don't get about this Duramax is how bad it is on fuel. It's $1.68.4 a liter for diesel, which you times that by 3.79, so that's like 5.75 plus your exchange rate. So like I'm talking almost $6 a gallon for diesel here. My Dodge, I'm getting like 15 liters per 100K, which I guess is like 18, 17 miles per gallon. This thing here, I'm using 20 to 22 liters per 100K, which is like 8 miles per gallon, or 9 miles per gallon. So I'm not overly happy with this. My math might be a little off. That was just all inside my head. But for 300 kilometers, I'm probably going to put about 65, 70 liters of fuel into this, which is absurd. I'm not driving this thing hard. I don't give it time. Like, I give it a little bit of time to warm up, maybe like 5-6 minutes. I don't leave it idling. If this is under 60, I'd be pretty happy. Oh, it sounded different. It's not bad, actually. That's like 20 liters per 100K. All right. We got the 59 Chevy truck chassis dropped off here at my dad's. The guy that we picked it up from, he wasn't very big on being on camera, guys, so I just didn't film when I was there. Just winched it on. Brother's changing out the axles, so his axles are not powder coated. He's doing a Mustang 2 front suspension, so nothing in the front's powder coated. But I don't know if it's powder coated or epoxied. I think it's epoxied. But dropped off. We got the truck heading home now. Picked up a couch for the school bus while we're here, and then I got Tabitha's Christmas gift here. So pretty productive day, but we still have to go get one more car before we head to work. So we just went and bought this one, but he says it's got some overheating issues. Looks like some alignment issues as well. It's an ex-Rogers car. You Americans don't know who Rogers is, but it's a cell phone provider up here. Doesn't look too bad. It says it's overheating, but it's got 270,000 K on it. Let's get home in it. So we're doing pretty good for time still. So let's start tearing this thing apart. I already quickly went through it, found a little bit of change, but there's always a little more time for change. Look at that, a dime. Pop the trunk. Anything underneath you? You never know what you're gonna find in these things, right? Oh, another dime. You guys laugh at me for picking up dimes, but you know, guys, I think I found quite a bit of change in these cars, believe it or not. We'll take that out in a bit. Okay, inside the trunk, what do we got back here? Ooh. Yep, some shitty tires. Let's get all these out of there and into our tire pile. That's where I'm stacking them for the winter. They're out of my way. So we got all the fuel out of it. We got the catalytic off of it. We got pretty much everything off of it. And you're gonna ask, why do we have it this tall? Well, this way here I can get the front tires off. Then we'll come down and do the backs. So after a long day of running around, getting stuff, doing stuff, now I got an hour and 20-minute drive to work, where I have to work 8 hours, get off at midnight, make the drive home, get home at 1:20 in the morning. By the time I have my shower and go to bed, it's about 1:45. And then I'll wake up at 7:55 again tomorrow morning, and that will be my day. So let's just push this thing on and then head to work. Well, in a big kind of roundabout way, our day started how it ended. This Cobalt was on this trailer in this exact same spot. It was just in much better condition about 7 hours ago. So, busy day. We dropped the Cobalt, moved and escaped, moved a Caravan, picked up a 59 Chevy chassis, bought an Explorer, came home, stripped this thing. Now, we get to hop into the Tacoma and go to work. This thing drove itself to this spot and then never ran again. What a piece of junk this thing is. But now we actually have to go to my 9 to 5 job, guys. Actually, it's like 3 to midnight job. So, about to jump in this truck, head to work. I already got my lunch packed. And then we're just gonna head out. My lunch is just Monsters and granola bars. See you guys back here tomorrow. Take care.